The stage was set for a final climactic clash of titans. The ancient world held its breath as two formidable powers prepared for an inevitable showdown. Rome, the rising power of the West, and Macedon, the once mighty kingdom of Alexander the Great, stood poised on the brink of war. The ambitions of these two great civilizations were about to collide in a struggle for dominance. Their destinies intertwined. These two powers were on a collision course that would reshape the political landscape of the ancient world. The stakes were monumental, with the future of the Mediterranean hanging in the balance. The Second Macedonian War, a generation earlier, had left Macedon weakened but defiant. The scars of that conflict were still fresh, and the desire for retribution simmered beneath the surface. Rome, though victorious, had not yet fully grasped the reins of power in Greece. The region remained a hotbed of tension and unrest, with many Greek states wary of Roman intentions. The embers of conflict smoldered, waiting for a spark to ignite them once more. Both sides knew that another war was not just possible, but inevitable. Macedon, under the watchful eyes of Rome, licked its wounds and yearned for the glory days of Alexander. The Macedonian spirit was far from broken, and the desire to reclaim past glories was strong. The memory of his conquests, the echo of his legend, resonated through the halls of Macedonian kings. Alexander's legacy was a powerful motivator, inspiring dreams of resurgence and conquest. It was a potent reminder of past glory and a tantalizing vision of future possibilities. The Macedonian court was filled with whispers of ambition and plans for revival. Rome, meanwhile, cast a long shadow over the Greek world. The presence of Roman legions was a constant reminder of the shifting power dynamics. The Roman legions, disciplined and relentless, represented a new order, a new power dynamic that challenged the established hierarchies of the Hellenistic world. Their influence was growing, and their ambitions were clear. The stage was set for a final confrontation, a battle for supremacy in the cradle of Western civilization. The outcome of this clash would echo through history, shaping the future of Europe and beyond. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like and subscribe to emgotvhistory Warfare for more tales of epic battles and historical intrigue. In 179 BC, Perseus ascended to the Macedonian throne. His rise to power marked a significant moment in the history of Macedon, a kingdom that had once been the dominant force in the Greek world. A skilled warrior and a shrewd politician, Perseus embodied the resurgent spirit of his kingdom. He was determined to restore Macedon to its former glory and to challenge the growing influence of Rome. He dreamed of restoring Macedon to its former glory, of casting off the yoke of Roman dominance and reclaiming its place as the leading power in the Greek world. Perseus envisioned a Macedon that could stand tall and proud once more. Perseus understood that the path to Macedonian resurgence ran through the hearts and minds of the Greek city-states. He knew that their support was crucial for his ambitions. He deftly played on their fears of Roman expansionism, presenting himself as a champion of Greek liberty against the encroaching power of Rome. His efforts bore fruit, as many Greek city-states began to see him as a potential savior. Perseus forged alliances with key Greek cities, bolstering his forces and undermining Roman influence throughout the region. These alliances were vital in strengthening his position. He rebuilt the Macedonian army, training his soldiers in the tactics that had brought Alexander the Great such spectacular victories. Perseus was meticulous in his preparations, ensuring his army was ready for any challenge. The Macedonian king knew that a confrontation with Rome was inevitable. He strategized meticulously, planning every move with precision. He prepared his kingdom for war, stockpiling weapons, fortifying cities, and rallying his people to the cause of Macedonian independence. Perseus left no stone unturned in his quest for freedom. The stage was set for a final showdown between the eagle and the lion. The fate of Macedon hung in the balance as Perseus prepared to face the might of Rome. The fragile peace that had held for nearly 2 decades unraveled quickly. Roman suspicions of Perseus's intentions grew with each passing year. His diplomatic overtures, his military preparations, and his growing influence in Greece were all viewed with increasing alarm in the Roman Senate. In 171 BC, the storm finally broke. Eumenes II, a loyal ally of Rome and the ruler of the neighboring kingdom of Pergamon, presented the Roman Senate with a litany of complaints against Perseus, accusing him of violating treaties and plotting against Roman interests. Whether Eumenes' accusations were true or simply a calculated move to eliminate a potential rival is a matter of historical debate. What is certain is that his testimony played a decisive role in pushing Rome towards war. The Roman Senate, swayed by Eumenes' arguments and their own deep-seated mistrust of Perseus, declared war on Macedon. The die was cast. The Third Macedonian War, a conflict that would decide the fate of the Hellenistic world, had begun. The first major engagement of the war took place at Callinicus in 171 BC. This battle would set the tone for the conflict that followed, marking a significant moment in the history of both Rome and Macedonia. The Roman army, led by the consul Publius Licinius Crassus, marched north from their base in Greece to confront Perseus and his Macedonian forces. The Romans were determined to assert their dominance and bring the Macedonian king to heel. The Battle of Callinicus was a hard-fought encounter. Both armies were well prepared and highly motivated, knowing that the outcome could shift the balance of power in the region. Both sides clashed with ferocity, their swords and spears thirsty for blood. The air was thick with the sounds of battle, the clash of metal, and the cries of the wounded. The Macedonian phalanx, a formidable wall of shields and pikes, proved a tough nut to crack for the Roman legions. The disciplined formation held strong against the relentless Roman assault. In the end, Perseus emerged victorious, inflicting a stinging defeat on the Roman army. The Macedonian forces celebrated their hard-won victory, having demonstrated their strength and resilience. The Macedonian king had proven his mettle on the field of battle, demonstrating that Rome was not invincible. His leadership and strategy had carried the day. However, the victory came at a cost. The battlefield was littered with the bodies of the fallen, and the survivors were left to tend to their wounds. The Macedonian army, though victorious, had suffered heavy casualties. The toll of the battle was evident in the weary faces of the soldiers and the numerous wounded. Moreover, Perseus, for reasons that remain unclear, failed to capitalize on his victory. His hesitation would prove to be a critical mistake. He did not pursue the retreating Roman army, missing a golden opportunity to deal a decisive blow against his enemy. This decision would have far-reaching consequences. This tactical blunder would come back to haunt him in the years to come. The missed opportunity at Callinicus would be a turning point in the war, shaping the future of the conflict. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like and subscribe to emgotvhistory Warfare for more tales from history.